Very good morning, all of you. What we have done in our previous lab, that is we've done with this color image processing, two programs, right? This one and this one, smoothing and sharpening of 8-bit color image and all, right? So now what we are doing is the very next program is about the morphological operation.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you show its output because last time it was not working or not?
Sorry, just pardon.
Ma'am, can you show those two programs output because last time you did not show that, so it was not
Yeah,
working.
still my MATLAB is not working. Still my MATLAB is not working, and today again we are going to do this program on the Octave, right? Fine. You can try it on
Ma'am,
the MATLAB, right? You can come to the lab if you are physically present over here, or you can install it into your computer and you can check, right? It is working correctly. In B batch, it was working, and I have shown them. So if you wish that link, I'll share with you, right? Is it
yes,
fine?
ma'am.
Right, in B batch it was working, but now it's not working again, right? I have tried a lot, but it's not working. So there is some problem with my DLL file and Windows only, right? It was not the problem of MATLAB. So many of the things are not working, but I'm not doing this formatting due to some issue, right? So let's continue with what I was saying is we have to start with this morphological operations, right? And what we need to see next is image segmentation, right? And this age detection. These three programs are the remaining one. Let's check again. The first program done, second it's done, third histogram equalization done, low pass high pass median is done, sixth one that is related to color image processing done, seventh one image restoration, it's done, smoothing sharpening with 8-bit color image done. Now we'll see morphological operation, age detection, and image segmentation, right? That is only the remaining thing. Okay. In this morphological operations, I have included erosion, dilation, opening, and closing. These four things. Okay. So let's see. First, I'm just showing you erosion and dilation. These two things via built-in built-in functions. Okay. So what you can do over here is, this is what the first image, right, which we are reading, that I am read and text.png, that image I'm reading. So it will be some of the characters written right over there. That is my text image. Now we are just showing our original image, right? Now here I'm taking one of the structuring element. SE1 is equals to ones of 3 comma 3. So what it will do, it will take all 9 pixels as 1 1 1 1 1 1 1, right? That is what I have given the structuring element. Another structuring element you can provide like this also. SE2 equals to 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 0, like that, or you can give 1 0 1 0 1 0 according to your things, right? How you are giving it. Then what we are doing is we are applying dilation over here with the function I am dilate, right? That is what the function to apply dilation on my image with the structuring element. Okay. So dilation will be applied to my image 1 which I have read with the structuring element SE1. So here I'm subplotting this, right? Original binary image. Here I'm showing you result of dilation with this SE1, right? Then another image I'm same applying here this dilation, right? And this is what result of dilation with structuring element 2, right? Once you can check with this, another way you can check with this, right? So this is what about the dilation. let's see the output. Fine. So this is what my original binary image written with some text, right? And this is what result of dilation. Always remember, dilation means expansion, right? Expansion, you are expanding, right? So this is what the result, right? Here we have taken all 1111, means expansion is more in this this structuring element 1. In this, somehow we have just given over here 1 and over here 1. All the others are 0 0, so you can see the dilation is less, right? Fine. The next is erosion. This is again I'm showing you via the built-in function, and the next what we will see, that is without using built-in function, right? So that what you need to write in your file. Okay. Again the same. Here I'm reading the another image, which is circuit image, and here I'm applying erosion. Erosion means shrinking of the object. So here I'm writing I am erode. That is what the built-in function. I am erode on image 1 via structuring element 1. Whatever is stored over here, that is the result of erosion with structuring element 1 and 2, the same, right? So right, so this is what the circuit image, original binary image. Here you can see the shrinking, right? See this, these lines are gone, right? Okay, you can check with this line, there would be the discontinuity. Now here also you can check this part. This is what erosion, right? So clear this, what is erosion and what is dilation is
Yes,
useful.
ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, so the same thing what we are doing, I mean, I'm including here opening and closing also, but without using built-in function. So what I'm doing is I'm reading the same image, this one, right over here. Then I'm subplotting it, fine, showing the image with this title, which is original image, fine. And now I'm reading the size of this f, means whatever the image I have read, the size I'll take in x and y. Okay. Next, what we will do, I'm taking here p equals to all zeros of xy, p1 is equals to zeros of xy, p12 and p13. This all I have taken for erosion, dilation, opening and closing. 4 output images all containing zeros with the same size of x and y. Okay. Then in this dilation, what we are doing is, in that code we have taken one structuring element which is all 1111, right? Now we will apply this. We will start with the second index y that we have already discussed so many times, right? We are starting with 2, we'll go till x minus 2, y minus 2, right, till that size. Now there is one another image, that is what w1, which is my temporary one, where it will contain the value of this. So what I am doing is, what I need to do, whenever there would be, this is what my image, right? And this is what a very first filter I am taking. Okay, so what I need to do, I just need to multiply my image variables, image pixel intensity value with the filter coefficients. Say yes or no, right? This is what we are doing. Okay, so the same thing we will do over here. This is what f, that is my original image. So f of s minus 1 t minus 1, because this is what you have taken, s and t for the index variable, right? F of s minus 1 t minus 1, that will be multiplied with w of 1, means this one, a very first one. Same way f of s minus 1 t, that will be multiplied with w of 2, s minus 1 but t plus 1, that will be multiplied with w of 3, and so on, right? So this is how you are multiplying your image pixel with the structuring element. Now once you have done this task, that will be in w1. Now what you need to do, because you are applying dilation over here. Dilation means if any of the value is 1, it means middle pixel would be 1. So here again, if I'll talk about the middle pixel, this is what my sorry, f of s minus 1 t minus 1, right? Then another one is f of s minus 1, that is for row, but only t. The next one is f of s minus 1 but t plus 1, right? Like this. So this middle pixel is your f of s comma t. This should be replaced, right, with the value whatever is the maximum. Maybe it is possible that this one is 0, this one is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, all 0. So here again maximum value will also become 0. But suppose in from this 9 pixel, if any single pixel is with 1, then maximum would be your 1. So that will be replaced at P of ST. P is your output image which you have taken for dilation. Are you getting, yes or no? Hello.
Yes, ma'am. थोड़ा बहुत.
Okay. It's very similar to your image enhancement where you are applying the filter. Instead of filter, here the word is just changed, that is structuring element, right? Otherwise the middle pixel will be replaced with the maximum of w1. So from this w1 we are finding the maximum value and that will be replaced. That is what the dilation. Erosion means what? If any pixel is 0, it means the middle pixel will be 0. So the code will remain same, only here will be the change. So what it should be? What it should be?
Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
I'm asking that for erosion, you will have the same code, same structuring element or same thing. What will be the change only?
Minimum.
Yes, right. It's very easy. So this is what your erosion. Erosion, same structuring element, same same data, right? S and t from t to x minus 1 or y minus 1, or you can take over here x minus 2, y minus 2. It won't give you any difference, right? Then you are taking another variable where you will simply do this multiplication and all, right? And this middle pixel will be replaced with whatever the minimum value is there with this, right? Fine. After that, you will have opening of image. So what is opening? What is opening? It is A eroded by B. That result you are dilating with B, right? That what you are doing. So see this opening of image. I'm taking the size of P1. P1 is containing what? P1, that is containing the value of erosion. Say yes or no. P is containing value of dilation. This P1 is containing value of erosion. Check here. This is your P of ST and this is your P1 of ST, right? So I am already having the results, right? So what I need to do is I need to apply on this result dilation, right? So opening of the image is what you are taking over here, the size of P1 that you are storing in M and N. You are taking this W as a structuring element. Again, you are having this S and T. You are taking another variable. You are simply multiplying the value. But here, just check. Here, I am not using F of something. That is only the difference. Understand this. F means your original image. But here I am taking the result of this dilation already, which is stored in P1. Okay. So here I am taking the variables of P1 of S minus 1, T minus 1, and so on, and that you are multiplying. Okay. Then again, what you will do, you will apply dilation on that. The result of erosion, apply dilation on it. So what you will do, you will simply select the maximum of something from that, right? That is only what the dilation. So that you are storing in P12. So P12 is containing the result of opening. Same way you have the closing. In closing, you are taking here P because P is having the result of dilation. So what is the closing? What is the closing? Whatever the result you are having that is of dilation, over there you are applying erosion, right? So you have here structuring element. You are taking here the size in this R and C, right? And here you are considering the size of P. Size of P means the result where you have stored dilation. So, and again you are taking this S and T, but that will run till R minus 1, C minus 1, whatever you have taken here, right? And in this W14, you are taking this P of S minus 1, T minus 1. And in P13, you are applying erosion on it. So minimum of this. And finally, you will end it, right? You are subplotting it. You are showing this IM show image. And this is what closing of the image. It will take some time, right? Because they need to calculate manually everything. It will take more 15-20 seconds. Because they need to calculate everything manually for opening, closing, erosion, and the dilation. You can separate this program and can run. It will see. This is what the output, right? So this is what my original image. This is dilated image. So you can see this. This is what we are applying the dilation, right? So here, as compared to original image, you can directly check what are the changes. This is what erosion, right? So shrinking of this object. Original image you can compare here, here, everywhere. And this is what the result of opening and closing. Fine. So clear this thing, everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Last time we have seen this smoothing and sharpening, right? Filtering. In that program is working, but it will take much time again. Previously we have tried, but we have to try for 4 to 5 times, because again this one is also taking all the things manually. I mean, we are calculating the Sobel and Privet and everything manually, so it will take some time. So only single program, that is like the remaining one, to show you the output. Okay, and that I'll open that video and I'll show you.
Ma'am, about a few programs, if output is not showing, what should we put in the tutorial file?
Why in few programs it's only the case of this color image processing, only single program, right? Why in few programs? All
Ma'am, I ran this program yesterday for like almost 3 minutes, but nothing came.
the same one.
Yeah, ma'am, I yesterday did it exactly.
Let us do this. Let us do this. Or you can have the separate code. That what I said. Na? That is the solution. You have to take the different outputs only, right? So just take it. I mean, you can divide this code into 4 to 5 programs, so it will run very quickly. Okay, they are executing this at the same time. That is only the problem, right? So I'm giving you the solution. Is it fine?
Okay, ma'am.
I can also separate it out. I mean, it's not a big deal. Just input image and all others, right? See, we are getting the output, right? So this is what about the low pass filter image, where we have applied average filtering, right? We have applied this average filtering for smoothing purpose. Then if we have added the salt and pepper, because right now I have simply made it into the comment, right? But if you will remove this comment, it will add the salt and pepper noise, and if once the salt and pepper noise is there, you can apply this median filter, so it will show you that. Then this is what the basic high pass filter image, that is which image is this? Yeah, that is your E, this basic high pass image. So we have learned this thing just today only, if you remember this one. 1 by 9 into 8 into b of j, and all the others are, that like minus and plus, this minus and all this plus, so it is actually middle single pixel, that is b of ij, that you are multiplying with 8, but all the other pixel neighbor pixels, that you have -1 -1 -1 -1 and so on, right? This is what your Laplacian actually. So you can see over here this ages would be there. Somehow it is visible, if you can see, right? Ages, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Then this one is the high pass filter image in the form of original smoothing, right? So this is just the mask what we are getting, right? So this is just the mask, and that mask you are adding into the original image, so you will be having what? High boost image, right? So this is what you have already applied. So your image previously it was blurred. Okay, after this average filter you can check, see this one, how blur it is, and after adding this mask you are having the image, this one. So you can differentiate this thing, right? See, so this is what after removing the noise you have sharpened your image. This is what robots derivative filter image. If we have applied this robots, right? I'm showing you that. So this is what for Robert's derivative filter image. This is for this privet, right? They all are the age detection algorithm we have seen today, right? So just this few words. And this is what Sobel derivative filter image, right? Why it is not open? So this is what Robert's derivative, right? You have this -1 or 1 at the two ends, and here it is 1 and -1 like this, right? You can check -1 1 -1 1. These are the gradient operators. This is what we will learn in the theory. You can check. This is what privet is already given, either like this or this, right? And this is for the Sobel, that is also given. So this filter is fixed, you cannot change it, right? If the filter is like this 0 1 2 -1 0 1 and -2 -1, if it is applied like this, it means that that is Sobel, right? So this values would be 0, this or this, right? So this you have applied manually over here in the program, right? And you are getting the result like this. They all are the age detection algorithm, age detection filters. Fine. So I hope you have seen the output, right? It is only matter of this sixth program. So I said to B batch students, right? Maybe they have taken the screenshots. So you can take from them, or whosoever is using the MATLAB, from them you can take. Fine. Say at least yes or no. Or the people who are actually coming
Ma'am.
physically over here at the college, right? They can use the system, they can run this program over here, and they can take the screenshot and they can share with the others, right? Okay. Then, so this is what we have seen for morphological operation. Now the next is age detection, right? So the age detection, if you need to do it manually, then also we have included this in smoothing and sharpening, right? Okay, in smoothing and sharpening, any one of the filter you need to write, not all. Okay, in the lab file, when you will write it, no, you just need to write any one of it. But I have shown you all this, so that you can include in this age detection filter. Okay, you can include it in age detection, AIDS program. Right. So I'm showing you this age detection with the use of built-in functions, how you can do it, right? I have shown you the another way how to do it manual. Now I'm showing you the another thing. First I'm reading one of the image, that is socket.tif. I'm showing just this is what the original image. Then one of the variable I have taken, that bw1 equals to age, edge, that is what the function, age of I. With which method you want to do this? With the Kenny method. So just write Kenny, right? There's all the words you know already, right? Sobel filter, then write Sobel. If you want the privet, you can write privet, or you can apply this Robert. You can find this with the log. There is one more, is there, zero cross. This zero cross is working with the MATLAB, but it's not working with the Octave. So I have just commented it, right? But if you are using this with the MATLAB, you can check. So this 5 I'm showing you, right? This is what your age detection. If the same thing you are applying manually, then also you can. If you are using built-in function, then the output will be very quickly. So instead of this, I take 2 cross 3, 2 cross 3. Right? So you can check the output. This is what your original image, right? With the circuit board. And here you are using this Kenny method. They are finding the ages. Okay. This is what via Sobel, what you are finding is via this Privit, it's like this, via robots, like this, and via this Laplacian method, like this. So the best result you are getting with this Kenny method, right? The Kenny age detection algorithm. So clear this? Say yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Only one is responding. What about the others? If they are not getting, they may leave. Is it so? If they are not answering, they may leave. Okay, fine. Then the last program is about, see, again I'm showing you this morphological operation. What you need to do, here you are considering, this 9 pixels only. Are you getting? Whatever is your S and T right now. Again, simply understand this, because via this only you have to apply local thresholding. Okay. You are starting with any of the index, with 2, and it will go till x minus 1 and y minus 1, right? Whatever is the size of your image that you are taking in x and y, right? The simple thing. This is your original image. Suppose I'm saying that you have to apply the local thresholding. Local histogram processing was what? You are equalizing histogram, but in just the checks of 3, 3. Do you remember that? Right? Say yes or no. We have seen this thing in virtual lab also. Right? It will simply consider it with some space, and they will equalize histogram into that local, whatever the dimension you have mentioned in that area only. Right? And global means that is applicable to the whole image. Right? That is what known as global thresholding. If I'm saying that in the whole image, from your whole image, which is maybe suppose 500 cross 500 images there, so from this 500 cross 500 image, I'll take one loop and I'll check the intensity of each and every pixel, and I'm saying that if this value is greater than, suppose, any of the value you are giving, that is 162. So this is what you are mentioning your thresholding point, right? If this value is greater than 162, then at that time you want to convert that particular intensity pixels to white color, suppose. So you are giving it as 1. And if it is less than 162, right, then what you want to do? You want to convert it into the black color, right? This is what we have seen. So the global thresholding is very similar to the thresholding what we have done in our very first practical. That is only the thresholding. The single meaning of the thresholding. It will not vary in the unit 1 and unit 8, right? I hope you understand. Now, local means what? Local means you are considering some region, suppose 3 cross 3. So from this 500 cross 500, you are just considering right now 3 cross 3. You have total 9 pixels only. In this 9 pixel, if this value is greater than 162, then you are making it as the white color. If it is less than 162, then you are making it as 0. Are you getting what I'm saying is yes or no? This is what you are locally deciding, and this thresholding value will get changed every time. Why? Because this 162 is not fixed. No, this is, I have taken the average. Understand this, huh? Average I have taken. So average I have taken 500 cross 500 pixels. That I have taken, and then I have calculated the average. Means I am dividing with my m cross n. Whatever the summation I am getting for the intensity. Right, sum of intensity of this many pixels divided by m cross n. Say yes or no. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, right. But here what you are doing is you are considering only 9 pixels. So your thresholding value will also get changed, right? If here in this 9 pixel, all the pixels are near to here the, you can say the white color or very light gray color. So it is having intensity like 234 and 242 and so on, right? So if you will calculate here the thresholding, then the thresholding value will also have changed. But this you are applying at the local level. Okay, this is known as local thresholding. Simple. So this local thresholding you will implement by your own, right? Because all the codes I have provided to you. You haven't searched it on net. You haven't, done any of the task by your own. I have given everything. So this time, at least this local thresholding, you will do it by your own. Okay. And for that only, this code is required. No, I'm saying that you need to start with this for loop, right? And here you are considering only 9 pixels. So you will do the summation of this 9 pixel only, means f of s minus 1t minus 1 plus f of s minus 1t plus f of this, and that divided by 9, because that would be fixed. You are considering only 9 pixels. So that would be fixed. Or you can consider here 4 cross 4 or 5 cross 5. So that is your choice. You are considering it as the local level. You can even take 50 pixels. I really don't mind. Okay. So whatever you are getting, that is what the summation, and that divided by this. So you are getting here the thresholding value, and that thresholding value, if greater than, then you are converting those pixel to 1, otherwise with 0. This is what you are doing at local level. So clear this thing. So in global thresholding, what you are doing is, no, see, this is what I'm doing is, global thresholding, or you can say the normal whatever we have done in our very first program, right? Negative and contrast stretching and the thresholding. In that also I asked you that which function is there to convert, I mean apply this thresholding, right? So that is im2 bw, im2 bw, right? So what it will do, first we are taking any of the level over here, right? That thresholding level, that value would be between 0 to 1. So that level you are applying over here, and based on that it will convert your image from gray level to binary level. Just see this output first and then you will get to know. So this is what the output of this coin image. This is what the coin.png image original. If I'm giving here the level is equals to 0.8, right? This many pixels will be simply converted into white. All the others will be converted to black. See, because this area is very shiny, near to white color. So they will be only converted to white. All the others will be converted to black. Right, this pixel especially. If I'll change the level over here, right, if I'll keep it less, so According to that, the thresholding will be done, right? This thing is clear. So you are only interested into this circles, this coins. All the other values you are keeping it with 0. Okay, fine. Another program. This this level, whatever you are giving by your own, na, that value will be calculated as an average if via MATLAB. Then it will be calculated via the function gray thresh. This will find the threshold for your input image. So what you are doing is you are reading this image 8.tif, that is again having 4 coins, right? That
Ma'am, you are not audible.
I hope you have listened this, right? This program I have explained. I hope you have listened it. Say yes or no.
No, ma'am, we actually missed it. We were in line 5, then we were unable to hear you.
Okay, fine. So this is what I am just reading this image, that is 8.tif. It is again containing some 4 5 coins, right, into the image. Then whatever the thresholding is actually calculated, that is what we were doing here, that is manually, right? This you can change point 0.3, point 0.5, point 0.6, point 0.8, whatever it is. But here if you want to calculate this gray thresh value of your input image, it will be calculated via this function automatically. You don't have to worry about it. And then you are segmenting this, that you are doing this im2bw, where you are passing your input image as well as your thresholding value. So this you have calculated and then you are putting over here, right? So you are simply segmenting your image using this thresholding. Okay, so this is your original image and this is your thresholded image. You can check over here, see, right? This is your original image and this is what your thresholded image, right? Clear this thing? This is what they have calculated by their own, right? We don't have to worry about it. So is it clear? So here we have finished all the programs. You can check again, right? Image segmentation is done via this global thresholding. Here we have seen built-in function, right? That gray thresh, and we are applying it via IM2BW. And if you want to do manual thing, then here we have already done it, right? No, this thresholding of an image, this is what we have done already manually. So this time I'm showing you the via this built-in function. This we have seen with the built-in function, without built-in function, both age detection. Morphological operation also with the built-in function, without using built-in function we have done. So all your practicals are done from my side. Okay, is this clear? Say yes or no.
Ma'am, what about local thresholding?
Local thresholding, you need to do that what I already said. Come on. What
Okay,
about
okay, ma'am.
local thresholding means, see, this whole lab is for you guys. I mean, you need to implement it. Come on. Yes? Answer?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Perfect. I may have misheard some.
Yes, you have, because I already explained you how to do it. That also I have explained. Okay, see this morphological operation and apply this loop only. Here I have, I spoke each and every line also, that you have to take this f of s minus 1, t minus 1, plus this, that divided by 9. So you are getting that average and then you are applying the thresholding code. I almost said the whole program. I feel like I'm a student and I'm making each and every program. I'm writing everything and I'm giving this spoon feeding. At least one program you guys can do by your own after saying each and every line of the code, right? Okay. So here we have finished with it, and in the virtual lab also you can check the remaining practicals, right? And for the screenshots, what I suggest is, let me think. The one or two programs which are not working, no, for that I'm thinking. Just a minute. Just check this feedback whether it is working with or not. Just let me know. And just go to this virtual lab, right? Image processing lab. You need to go. Instead of list of experiment, just go to feedback. Once you will go to feedback, just click on this feedback whether it's working or not. Maybe there are some proxy issues at my side, maybe because I'm connected with the institute cyber. That is why. So you just check at your end whether it's opening or not. Just let me know. Should I give you the link?
It's just loading, ma'am.
Okay. Just check and let me know.
No, ma'am, it won't work.
It's not working. Okay. Fine. Then whatever the further messages are there, I'll just pass them to you. Right. In the list of experiments, the color image processing we have seen. This morphological operations that you can check what is introduction and all, right? What is structuring element? There's all the things you already know, right? What is this dilation, illusion? Sorry, erosion. My bad. This is all the things we have seen already, right? This is opening and closing effect, right? You can select here shape and size of structuring element, right? And just try this. So we are selecting one of the image. Oh, sorry. We have to select this one. And you can select this one also. This two you can check. And you are applying here just this dilation. It's not getting selected. Just check at your end. Maybe browser is having the problem. Is it working at your end?
No, ma'am. Same.
Same problem. Okay. Here also, I'm also not getting this. Right, but you can just try what is dilation, erosion, closing, and opening. Though I have already, shown you each and every image, right? You can select here the structuring element shape that is of disk. So here just it would be having one circle, right? This is what the square and this is what the line, right? When you are choosing this, no, you will get the different effects. See here, because we have here circle, um, the here we have this lines and all, right? So what the kind of structuring element you are selecting, and in dilation, erosion, what you are getting. So if it is working, then it's well and good. We just try with this image or this image, right? This two image, try with this. Okay, then you can have this image segmentation, introduction, and everything, right? Object of interest. This is what we will see in the theory, right? So don't worry about this. This is what the single thresholding value is there, only black or this. If whatever the intensity is there of this x and y single pixel, if it is greater than or equals to t, then it is labeled as 1 into your output image. Otherwise it will be labeled as 0, right? So label 0 and label 1, they both will have their own histograms. Double threshold also possible, right? You can give the thresholding value 2 if the value is greater than this value but less than this value, then do this. And if it is less than or equals to t2, then do this. So that way, just like if and else condition, only two conditions are there, if and else. Instead of that, now you are having the conditions like if, else if, right? Simple. Say yes or no.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, because this thing we will learn, this thing we will see, right? Automatic thresholding, this is what the Otsu method. We have just one built-in function and this will be applied, right, in MATLAB. This is the best method, Otsu. Then region growing. I said, no, these all are the single topic, what it is written in the syllabus. Region growing, thresholding. So that theory you can even write from here, right? No problem. Fine. You can even do this histogram based segmentation and all, right? There are the different ways how to do the segmentation. So if you will check the histogram and then you are segmenting, that is also possible. Again, let's try. I mean, if it is working or not, this we can try this time. But still the image is not here, it's not working. Maybe the problem is at their end. Here you can apply single thresholding, here you can apply this double thresholding and this automatic oximeter, right? Region growing, in that you have just two options, via means or via this variance. Via this two thing, you can simply see the region is growing or not, right? So that was one of the experiment. Okay, feel this only we will see. The last one is, I think, not in our syllabus. Oh, that is a test. Wow. Test bench procedure. There's a fine point, a histogram, neighborhood, Fourier transform, morphological segmentation. It's not working. We can try with the previous one, which we have already done. So we can at least check that whether the problem is with their site or just few of the programs, few of the experiments they have. See, the problem is at their end. So we can wait, right, for 1 or 2 days. You can see it by your own, right? You can check it by your own. Fine. And if this feedback is working, then just let me know. Okay. Fine. So that's all from my side. If anything is from your side, then let me know. Yes. So this was
Ma'am,
our right. Yes. Yes, Rahul.
about the assignment,
Yes. For
we have to you write separate code, right, for the filters, or we
not
have to do it in one?
separate code. It would be a
Oh,
single program, all the methods together, just like I have shown you into the age detection. You were doing all these things into a single program, no, not the separate one. Obviously single program, single PDF file of 2 page max, right? It would be not more than that, that you need to upload.
okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Then you may write your enrollment numbers and you may leave. Please upload everything on time. It's a very strict deadline, right? You may write your numbers and you may leave.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, when will the final exam end? Like approximate.
that schedule will be there. So,
Okay, ma'am. Actually, okay.
yeah, that we can talk at the last. You can stay over here. Everybody, please write down your number. If anybody is remaining one, please write it down quickly. Ayush, Dev, Raju, I hope you have written your numbers. Have you? Raju Gojia, Ayush Trivedi, Dev Jolakia.